Hello. In these courses of Learning Hub, we are focusing on the skills that the teachers need to develop in themselves to become effective and successful teachers. The learning and assessment course is one such course which I consider very important in the series of courses on teacher training. We have to understand as teachers what is learning. This is something that we seldom focus on. The psychology of learning. This has been my lifelong quest. I have always been in search of learning, the psychology of learning. And I have seen that assessment, the examinations, the tests, they both have a cause and effect relationship. One affects the other, the other affects the first. So what happens is that we are, for example, in Pakistan, I noticed that we have an exam focused in some of the teaching segments, in educational segments. The focus is exam focused learning. We learn only that thing which is important for the examination. Well, if that can be said of the higher classes, without going into that debate, we have seen that the time before going into those examinations, when teachers are designing the assessment, when they are designing the tests and the examinations, they have different methods in which they can enhance and strengthen and they can reinforce the learning through the assessment. And when the tests are done, the teacher realizes that this thing could have been done in a different way. And students have not been able to understand my questions. I was trying to get something else out of this test, but the students have been focusing on something else. So then the teachers go back and they modify the learning component of their portfolio. So this is how learning provides feedback to assessment, and assessment provides feedback to learning. And that is why I say that it's a two-way cause and effect relationship between these things. In this course, we want to focus on distinguishing different types of learning and assessment objectives, because each subject has different learning objectives. It has different assessment objectives also. Sometimes we are focusing on content-based, information-based subjects. Some subjects are skills-based. So it's very important for the teachers to understand the difference between different learning objectives. Then the teachers need to understand, they have to be able to evaluate their own teaching and assessment practices in the perspective of learning objectives. What were the learning objectives and how that teaching has been done and how it has been assessed, whether they both go, all these three factors, they go along with each other or not. Teachers also learn, we want to discuss in this course, how to integrate different assessment measures into own teaching. Because if the teacher knows what are the assessment objectives, the learning also is conditioned by those assessment objectives. Then there are direct and indirect methods of learning and assessment. So the teachers, we would like to discuss in this course what are the direct and indirect assessment and learning methods. You know that all learning does not take place in the classroom only. And we want to assess the overall learning coefficient of the student. Learner's profile is very, very important in this course, and we would be learning how to maintain a learner's profile, how to see a learner's curve, so that we are far more successful in our teaching practices. Because if we are not aware of these things, maybe we are just doing something in the dark, without actually using the strategies which are prevalent in the modern world. And especially in this 21st century, the teaching practices have developed and improved so much. This is what I basically want to discuss with you in the course. And this is what I basically want to impart, the modern teaching methodologies, modern methodologies of learning, of modern methodologies of assessment. those are not just those paper question MCQs based learning methods, assessment methods only. There are so many other things which we can discuss in this course. So let's hope to see you in this course, and you know how to enroll. So I would be looking forward to discussing and exchanging ideas with people with special reference to learning and assessment. Thank you.